This is like we made Proba the dolphin, I swear to God. Welcome gamers back to the best weekly creations of the last Leviathan. My name is SebTheGamer, and in today's episode we have some pretty interesting and unique designs of this week of the last week of November and the first week of December. Yeah. But before we start this video, I do want to let you know, gamers, that if you are new to my channel and you happen to enjoy this video, or if you are enjoying this video and you're not new to the channel, be sure to hit that like button because it is much appreciated. Especially with the broken YouTube system now, where likes and giveaways and all that count, bizarre and whatnot. It is much appreciated when you do, gamers, subscribe and like, of course. So the first creation we have here is known as the Killer Carousel. I'm just going to quickly add a motor to this because, honestly, being stuck in one position is not very nice, especially when you want to, move. So, this here consists of a very interesting mechanic that was recently added to the game. I did an update about it, about the turning mechanism, and practically all it is this carousel. Well, carousels aren't, it's not part of carousel. It is a carousel if you want to call it a carousel, but it's not quite a carousel. Why are we flipping all the time? Like, what the hell? Is it the weight at the back? It's just like too heavy? Okay, now we're good. But this here is the Killer Carousel. This was made by Slayer, and it's a pretty interesting creation, honestly. If we press E, if it doesn't spaz out and whatnot, this top part will start spinning. I believe the reason why he didn't put a motor on it is so that it doesn't break like this. So we're just going to stop it. And it's quite interesting because it continuously spins. So you can more or less cover yourself from every direction. So if we just click in here, we have my favorite weapon, which is the tri-cannon. And we got 3 of them, so that's a total of 9 shots, you could say. Mounted around, so spinning, which comes to a total of 18 shots. And that's pretty useful, honestly. However, the only tricky part about this is that due to the fact that it consists of it spinning, aiming it is very difficult, unless, of course, you want to stop it. But you just don't know where it will stop. Since it will continuously rotate, you have no idea where it's going to stop. So, it's more or less of a hit and miss kind of scenario. So, luckily, right now, it's stopped in the front, which is honestly quite nice. Then we can, aim for the houses way over there. I don't know if these will hit. Knowing these super long range weapons, I don't know if they will hit. It looks like they might, but I'm not quite sure. But this is a very interesting creation because it's so simplistic and so interesting. I thought that it would be a good idea to review it. There's no information on the Steam page, but if you gamers are interested to go check it out, I highly recommend it. The link is in the description to the Steam page. This was created by Slayer, and it's a very interesting design. Sleek, interesting, but let's see if we can actually do some pretty good damage. So we're going to face it against an enemy. Now, these here, if you click one of these, it does not come to the same thing. It says that this spawns something else other than what I clicked. So it's kind of a hit and miss scenario. So I have no idea actually what ships I want and don't want, because I think it more or less changes every time you open up the game, which ship you're going to be using and which one you won't. Alright, so by the looks of it, this one here is the front now? I think so. I don't know. It's very hard to okay, boom, look at that. We're more or less screwed already. So, if you gamers do want to give this thing a go, just do remember that it is a very tricky ship to maneuver. Well, first of all, it doesn't even have anything to maneuver, and secondly, and most importantly, there is no way to aim this ship. So that's one thing you gamers need to take into consideration. So we're completely screwed here. We're just more or less going in a complete circle. But this here was the Killer Carousel. The next one, though, will be a little bit better defended. If you look very carefully, and if you're, a little bit high, I guess you can see that this looks like a unicorn. I was about to say carousel. But this here is known as the Might Be a Unicorn. That is legitimately the name of it on Steam. And what it is it is a kamikaze ship. And in the description of it, it says that she might just be the ultimate in kamikaze technology. Not quite sure how that's okay to really say, but it is a very interesting ship to say the least. The sole purpose of this ship is to get up close and personal with other ships and deal some damage to them. If we press Y, it will activate the melee. And of course, this here's the front, and its sole purpose is just to ram right into ships. Doesn't really work on ground, trust me. So we're going to try it on this. We have all the melee activated, and we're going to go full on against this ship. Hopefully it doesn't hit the bombs, because that's kind of pretty bad. Alright, here we go. Okay, we just went right into it, doing some severe damage, and we flipped the ship already. So, it might be a kamikaze ship, but it survived. So, that's honestly quite impressive. And it still seems pretty much alive and in working condition, which is kind of great. It is on fire, though. So we do need to take that into consideration. Of course, once again, my WhatsApp goes off crazy. It always happens when I record, I swear to God. So, I feel like we have something stuck underneath that's causing all that noise, but it's quite an interesting ship. It practically consists of, so if we just spawn a new, I'll show you what it consists of. It consists of 4 bombs on the side, undetachable, but if you are attacked from the side, or you'd say rammed from the side, you do have this fence there. You have 9 cannons, 9 tri-cannons on each side. This is probably the best cannon in the world. I swear to God, it is. And total of 18 on either side. And we have 6 tri-cannons on the top, followed by an extended boom, like a boom arm, you could say, with another bomb, followed by 4 different types of melee. And I did not see that ground coming, so I just ran myself right into the ground. And I have literally no idea how on earth we're going to survive this. Like, we're, like, screwed right now. Okay, there we go. Just back it up, and then we should be fine. So, in that aspect, it is quite great. Because it really is a really effective ship when it comes to doing damage. And the best thing about this is, I don't know if you gamers saw that, but once you get to a certain speed, turning this thing is amazing. You can just turn this thing on a dime. It is very difficult to control though when you're so close up to the ground, so we're just going to turn it around like this. As you can see, look at that, gamer. So you just like turn on a dime, which is, you think about it, is very nice. So, what does the Steam website, what does the Steam description say, or Steam Workshop say about this? It doesn't say anything. It just says that it might be the best kamikaze in kamikaze technology, and if you press Y, it comes to the melee, which is what I showed you already. It is made by our good friend, who's often had an appearance on this playlist, Dejd Moros. I swear to God, when it comes to reading out loud and all the other stuff and names, I'm the worst. So I do apologize, gamers, if I do pronounce your names wrong. I don't mean it in any bad way. It's just that I've got no idea how to say names. If I hear it, then I can probably understand, say it correctly after a few tries. But if I just read it, it's hard. It's hard. Right, we just rhymed to that bomb just for the lulz. So, now, this here might be a unicorn. This is probably the only truly defined kamikaze ship in the series so far, or in the playlist so far, which is kind of interesting. You'd kind of think that that's a pretty running theme, but not that many people make kamikaze ships, which is completely understandable. Kind of. I always say understandable when it doesn't, not when it's not, but it is what it is. Right. Now, so this here might be a unicorn, a very interesting ship, and great, and oh, we got okay, it looks like we might be getting an achievement soon. It's a very interesting ship with very interesting design and, technology, you could say. I highly recommend it. Link is in the description, gamers, if you are interested to checking it out. Allow me to introduce to you, gamers, Proba, the slim, fast, yet very lightly weaponized ship. This here is Proba, as I said already. And it's a very interesting ship, honestly. I mean, there's nothing too special about it. I just found it interesting that it can go at a relatively good speed, and it has very little defense, yet at the same time, it is very nice and pleasing to look at. I found this on the Steam Workshop, and I thought, you know what, let's just give it a go, goof around with it. And I was honestly very impressed with the movement. So I decided that since it did come out or got created this week, I thought it would be a good idea to go check it out on the Steam. Like review it, you could say, or goof around with it on camera. So, what makes this special? What makes this boat so special? Nothing really. There's nothing that I can see that can really make this ship special. And this is not like some clickbait thing like, oh yeah, there's nothing, and then I do something amazing that makes it amazing. There's literally nothing special about this. It's just slim, fast, very lightly weaponized, which is kind of nice once in a while, and has a really decent speed. So this here is the front of the ship. You can't really see the ship behind you, but it's okay. And since this is the normal cannons, they don't go as far, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they go as far at all. So that's not much of a problem. But after all, this here is simply made to be for somewhat of a beauty kind of thing. The center mass, though, is a little bit wonky, though. It seems to be kind of freaking out every time we hit the wave. So we're just going to swap that around once we go to, I don't know, was it key mappings? I don't remember. Oh, no, that's not what we needed. That's not what we needed. What we needed was when you go to settings, wave options, and let's see how fast this thing really goes to. So we're going to have wave choppiness down to 0. Was that it? Wave average. Here we go. We have to have this down to 0. Right? Okay, I don't remember. Was it wave speed then? Yes, it was wave speed. So what happens if we put it to the max then? Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's not good. That might be fun for another time, but let's just go for a completely smooth sea, as if there was nothing. Now, I don't actually know if this affects your speed of the ship. It probably does, but I mean like wind-wise, because usually when there's more waves, there's more wind, normally. But when it's on the flat ground, it still rocks a little bit, but that's probably because when we started and whatnot. And it goes at an average of 8 knots, which is actually a pretty decent speed, especially when it comes to the last Leviathan, since not a lot of the ships are fast, which is kind of nice, you know, when you have a relatively smooth sailing ship that goes at a decent speed, and it's just fun to goof around. And this is exactly what this ship does. Oh, look at that amazing shot we just did. We just hit that square in the thing. Okay, now we're messing up all our shots, so we're just gonna leave now. But this here was Proba. One thing I would like to do, though, or attempt to do, is we're just going to go out here a little bit, and we're going to put as many engines as possible and see how fast this thing can really go. I know that there is a limit about how many engines you can put, and after a certain time, you will exceed that maximum, and you will, of course, fail. So, wow, okay, we're going at 11 knots right now. Okay. Well then, that's quite impressive. But let's see if we can actually ramp it up significantly. So, as you gamers saw, we did have this part shot off. So, let's keep that part, but let's remove this part. And we're just going to put some of the big motors, the large ones, the expensive ones, at the end here, and see how fast it can go now. Since it goes to an average of 8 knots, let's see how it goes with 3. I'm guessing since it's 3 times the original speed and we're sunk. Okay, now we're not. Since it's going 3 times the original speed, 3 times 8 comes to, God, I don't remember what 3 times 8 is. I really don't. Math, physics, science, that's what it comes to. It should in theory go to a relatively faster rate. So we've just passed. Okay, so right now if you have 3 motors, it comes to an average of 20, which is very nice. And I believe 24 is 3. Yeah, 24 is 3 times 8. So as you can probably see, gamers, it does not quite reach 24, but we are able to cruise around this map, and we can actually see it to all its glory. So we're not going to put this Proba against any other ships due to the fact that it's not really compatible for battling, which is fine. And I think that having a battle every time we create a ship is not it's not the best of things. But by the looks of it, the wind is coming towards us. So if we do a quick U-turn right now, maybe we might be able to catch some wind in our sail like we are right now, and hopefully we can go even faster. Because we're going at an average of 20 knots, I believe. Now let's see if we have the wind to our back. We hit 24. Well, that's 3 times. But we are now diving. We are like a dolphin. We're the dolphin ship. We're a ship that's not meant to be a ship. Dolphin is now a dolphin. Because physics and whatnot. But Jesus Christ, this ship really is flying. Okay then. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it hit the bottom. Alright, so I guess that due to the fact that we're going so fast, we're just going to pull this guy to a stop. Like full stop. Completely no movement. And then we're going to start from the start. So from once he hits the water, we're going to gun this thing at full speed and see how fast he can go. Because when we were doing that, I did see it reach 28 once or twice, I believe. So it does mean that this ship can go relatively quickly. Maybe it might be the mast, actually, that might be the issue. So if we just shoot the mast, I know that's usually not something you're meant to do at a ship, but if we do shoot it, maybe that might loosen it up a little bit and give us an opportunity, right? It seems like my mouse is on the screen for some reason. Why is my mouse on the screen? It's not meant to be on the screen, but it is what it is. Okay, now I don't think it's on the screen. So if we just rotate this, where are we? Okay, do you know what? We're just going to dock this guy. We're going to dock this guy. Yes, we are. And we're going to remove this. And now let's see how fast it goes. Because now it has considerably less weight. But at the same time, we have no weight in the front. So now we're really going to be a dolphin. This is like we made Proba the dolphin. I swear to God. the creator of this, by the way, which is not known as Dinar, he should probably change it. Instead of Proba, he should name Proba the dolphin. Because I swear to God, this thing, once it gets to a certain speed, is really like a dolphin. I mean, like, come on now. Okay, we are outside of the playable area, so we're just gonna head back. Hopefully, we don't die. I've never actually been outside the playable area for very long, but maybe it's just something we should try around one day. All right, so this is more or less a dolphin. I'm not kidding you. This is a legitimate dolphin. Doesn't look like a dolphin, but it acts like a dolphin. I mean, like, come on, let's go. So this here was Proba, created by Dinar, and the link is in the description. Of course, it consists of one motor and a sail, but modified, if you take away the sail and add 2 more motors, it's a dolphin. It's Proba the dolphin. So let's move on to the final creation of this week. Before I really play around with this ship, gamers, I would like to explain this ship to you, because this actually has it has like a story to it. It has a legitimate story, and it's actually based of the real life ship. It's a replica of the Seawise Giant, which consists of the main ship in the center and these 3 little fleets. This is like the whole fleet right here. So I'm just going to read it out for you, gamers, and you can interpret it as you wish. Seawise Giants, later known as Happy Giants, Viking, Knocknevis, Opama, and finally Moat, was a ULCC supertanker and the largest ship ever built. It possessed the greatest deadweight tonnage ever recorded. Fully loaded, its displacement was 657,019 tons, estimated to be 646.642 long tons, 724,239 short tons. The heaviest ship of any kind, and with the laden draft of 24.6 meters, 81 feet. It was incapable of navigating the English Channel, the Suez Channel, and the Panama Canal. Overall, it was generally considered the largest ship ever built. It was sunk during the Iran-Iraq War, but was later salvaged and restored to service. It was last used as a floating storage and offloading unit (FSO) moored off the coast of Qatar in the Persian Gulf at the Al-Shahi oil field. The vessel was sold to Indian ship breakers and renamed Moat for its final journey in December 2009. After clearing Indian customs, it was sailed to and internationally beached at Alka Gwart, India. to be broken up for scrap. And there you go, gamers. That was the information about the Seawise Giants, or later known as the Monta. Now, I do want to let you know, gamers, that was a voiceover, because I did read it on camera, and it was quite an embarrassment, honestly. So, we're just going to goof around with this. This is an oil tanker. It's not meant to go very fast. I mean, if you really, really want to think about it, oil tankers go relatively quickly, but compared to its size, it does not go very fast. Due to the fact that this here was the largest oil tanker doesn't really help much. That was actually a super tanker. Due to the fact that this was the largest super tanker, size is pretty impressive, honestly. And it actually looks like a super tanker. It took me a little bit of a minute to look at it in game to, actually have it click, but it does look like a super tanker, which is honestly quite impressive. Now, the creator of this, known as Orange, and he did an amazing job. I don't know if he saw some schematics of this or whatnot, but it is very interesting, honestly, especially the grand scale of this. Now, I'm not going to add any weapons to this. I'm not going to speed up the speed. I'm just going to casually go through the island. Of course, since due to the fact that this is such a slow ship, we might sit here for an hour, or 2 hours, or 3 hours, or whatever. So, in the meantime, I'm just going to explain a few things to you. If you gamers are enjoying this video, and if you feel like it is a good contribution of your good will and heart, I highly recommend you subscribing, because you can check out some pretty amazing videos, at least I personally think, from my channel, that comes out every Saturday, Sunday, and Wednesday. Of course, this here is on Thursday, due to the fact that on Wednesday I was a little bit busy with schoolwork, so it's a little bit of a late upload. So I do apologize for that, gamers. I also would like to let you know that due to the fact that YouTube system is now broken and is attracting a lot of clickbait, I don't want clickbait. I mean, I'm not a channel for clickbait. So it would be much appreciated, gamers, if you just like the video and comment if you feel like it's necessary. I know it's a bit of a weird request, but the thing is that YouTube's kind of broken right now, and hopefully it can be fixed. Because I was getting some pretty decent views on these videos, but now I'm not, due to the fact that YouTube is broken. Exactly. However, gamers, I am going to wrap up the video here. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. If you feel like it's necessary, don't forget to comment. I know I've kind of said this a few times in this video, but I do apologize for that. YouTube's broken and there's nothing I can really do about that. I have not created these creations, just so you know. These creations were found on the Steam workshop, and if you gamers are interested in go on finding them, check the link in the description. Check the links in the description below, where you can find everything you really need to know about every creation. I highly recommend subscribing to these items due to the fact that they are very interesting, and some of them do have some interesting backstory. If you gamers want to upload your own creations, I highly recommend it. The Last Leviathan community is very small right now, very repetitive, like you could say, clients, if you will, but it's still a very fun community. So if you gamers want to upload your own creations, I highly recommend it, because then I can also check them out if they are, of course, of good quality. This was the best creations of The Last Leviathan, and I hope you gamers enjoyed, and I'll see you in the very next video. Goodbye, and don't forget, gamers, to keep on gaming.